The Farm.
All right, good morning. It's 9:14 with the Green Team. I love it when we get to see a brand new rising country star live in the Henry County Medical Center studios, and they'll sing a song for us.
And by brand new, we mean it because this young lady is just 17 years old.
Josie Milner, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. You still live there? You live in Nashville now?
No, I do. I do still live in Kansas City. We made a trip just this week for the radio tour to Nashville. It's my first time to Nashville, so I'm definitely very excited.
You grew up a rodeo girl. I mean, you were what, barrel racing or calf roping? What were you doing?
Yeah, I did rodeo for 8 years before I got my music together, and I did barrel racing, pole bending, goat tying, and breakaway roping a couple times.
Have you ever seen mutton busting? Have you ever seen them do the mutton busting where the little kids ride the sheep?
Yes, I have. I actually tried that whenever I was about 4, and I saw the clown on the chute with me, and I never did it again. The clown freaked me out, so I stayed away from there. I just stuck with my horse.
So when did you give up the rodeo and decide, okay, this is maybe a little too dangerous, let's try music?
Well, it wasn't necessarily just giving up because it's dangerous. I had the chance about 2.5 years ago to go sing at the National Steel Guitar Convention in St. Louis, and I got to sing on the main stage there. And after I was done, I was having people coming up and talking to me about the talent I had for being so young and not and tell me anything about it seriously, because at that point I had been doing rodeo and I've been doing it for 8 years, so that's kind of where I thought my career was going to go. But once I got home, I was talking to my parents about it, and they thought it was a good idea, and I thought it was a good idea, and so held auditions and got a band together and just kind of completely did a 360 and flipped things around. So I went from performing in the rodeo, so even say performing after rodeo. So
you know, I thought I talked fast. Josie Milner talks fast.
She's 17. It's the new era. It's the texting, and that's how it is.
She just gave us her life story in 24 seconds.
She did, and I got to think your parents are thrilled with the idea of you singing versus riding in the rodeo. It's got to be a bit safer.
Any bad injuries?
No, I've never gotten bucked off a horse. I've never fallen off a horse. My dad is actually the one who did rodeo, so he's the one who kind of got me into it. And you know, I was always very safe in the arena. I never had anything terrible happen. So they're always supporting me with the rodeo. And when I got my band together, they supported me with that. No matter any decision I made, they're the ones who are there backing me up and supporting me on it.
Is a move to Nashville in your future? Or is that mom's choice?
No, I've always loved Nashville. I've always wanted to move to Nashville. So I'm hoping maybe possibly in the next couple of years, I can, you know, maybe buy 200 acres on the outskirts of Nashville or so. And
just 200 acres.
That's all.
Just 200 acres or something like that.
It's you know, Carrie Underwood's got 300 acres. So she's a little bit bigger right now.
Exactly.
Oh, kids don't have any clue, do they?
I love it.
They don't have a clue.
I love it, though, because that's dreams.
Yeah.
You see, she's got goals. That's what you got to set a goal,
Yes.
and then you got to do whatever it takes to hit it.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a half acre to put my single wide. Hey, talk about the single Not Pretty Enough. Where did the song come from? Did you write it?
I did not write it. My manager, Michael, is actually the one who found Not Pretty Enough. He was watching a horror movie, which is kind of funny to think about, and he was listening to the song and the meaning behind it, and he sent it to me, and I pretty much fell in love with the meaning behind it, and so I decided I want to do that one. And the original artist is actually Casey Chambers. She's an Australian artist, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
And it was a #1 hit over in Australia for about 4 weeks, and so that was pretty cool for me to go in and do my version of it. And once I got it released and I got it out, she found me on Twitter. Casey Chambers found me on Twitter, and she sent me a tweet telling me how she loved my version and the best of luck on it. So that was pretty cool.
And there's a whole anti-bullying campaign that goes along with the song, correct?
Yes. Not Pretty Enough pretty much kicked off a whole bunch of other stuff with me. I have recently joined with Angels and Doves, which is a national bullying organization. And with them, I'll be going around and talking to schools about bullying and raising awareness for it.
Right.
And, you know, just kind of putting a stop for it. And so...
were you bullied in school? Have you been bullied in school?
I haven't had any serious experiences like most people have. And whenever I first got my band together, I was a freshman in high school. And so people were kind of teasing me about it and not taking it seriously. And that kind of hurt my feelings a lot. Because
they were jealous.
Well,
It's true.
I don't know. It might have been. But because it was just something that was really special and important to me. And they weren't taking it seriously. So that in its kind of form is what I kind of took as bullying. But I've been very fortunate enough to not have to have any serious problems with that.
Good deal. We'll debut the new song in just a few moments. You guys want to do a song live in the studio right now?
Definitely. It sounds great.
All right, let's turn them loose. Josie and her guitar player, Micah.
Yes. He's actually my producer. He's the one who produced Not Pretty Enough as well.
Ah, what song are you going to do for us?
We're going to do a classic tune. It's by Patsy Cline. It's called Walking After Midnight.
Ah, here we go. Josie Milner live in the Henry County Medical Center studios this morning on 100.9 The Farm.
after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see her weeping willow, crying on a pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies so gloomy and night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me. I stopped to see her weeping willow, crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies so gloomy and night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere out walking after midnight, searching for me.
Very nice. Josie Milner live in the studio this morning on 100.9 The Farm.
A classic country sound.
I love that.
That's what we need. It's refreshing.
Is Patsy Cline an influence? Who is kind of influencing your sound?
Definitely. I've had several influences growing up. Growing up, I was always listening to Terry Clark and Joni Messina.
Yeah.
And I actually had little Joni Messina glasses that I always had on. I always had her T-shirt on. But
Wow.
And then definitely Patsy Cline and Tanya Tucker and a whole bunch of the classics like them, because that's what I grew up listening to, is traditional country music. But now with how the country music scene is and how I'm getting into my career, Miranda Lambert's a big influence on me, because she started her career about my age, which is pretty exciting. And then she's so amazing at songwriting and her songs she puts out. And you know, she's a real person. She doesn't try to hide behind the camera, and she doesn't care what people think about her. So I definitely really admire her for that.
Do you try and sit down and write some songs?
Actually, yes. Micah and I have actually kind of doing little songwriting sessions. We are starting them up, so I'm definitely pretty excited for that.
Very nice. More with Josie Milner live in the studio coming up on 100.9 The Farm.